Special night and time for the show this week because I'm going to Vegas. On tonight's show, we're going to give me reckless gambling tips. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to Saints Happy Hour Podcast. Yeah, we're that podcast that wins awards.
Go.
Oh my god.
He looks like Ash from the end of Alien.
Usually, Dave, I can just open my throat and it's down.
Now grab a drink and enjoy the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour Podcast. I'm Ralph Marlboro. Thanks for joining us. As always, we are brought to you by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. I'm joined by Dave, and Budrich is a patron who is at our black and gold level. And if you are a black and gold level patron, you are in the queue in case we don't have hosts show up and we need an emergency host. We break the glass, we call you, and you can join us. And that's Budrich. So you should be a black and gold patron. You could maybe be a co-host on the show because Kevin and Andrew are God knows where. We got Thomas running the show back in Poland. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Despite the NBA Finals, we still got a ton of people here, Dave. I see Fresno saying, I see Jerry, I see Plan B, I see Mr. Hatchet Gaiman, Jason Champagne.
Hatchet John's here? Holy shit.
Yeah. I had a couple of people be like, I don't care that it's Sunday. We're not risking only hands. We're going to make sure that happens. So we'll see if they come through and make that happen. On tonight's show, Saints player you believe in the most for 2025, long shot bets for the 2025 Saints, and Budrich and Dave are going to give me stupid bets I should make on my Vegas vacation, like I'm Eddie, like I'm cousin Eddie, and Mailbag, your questions as always. And listen, if we reach $100 in donations, I will drink something terrible the patrons have sent me. Thomas, how many weeks away are we from Only Hands?
All right, so as you can see, we are 97-week donation streak. We only have 7 weeks to go. We can make it 6 tonight. Last week, Oppenheimer won. Let's see if the streak continues of a different MVP each week this offseason. And by the way, Oppenheimer in the chat said, is Budrich plan B or plan C?
Oh, deception!
It's all plan B.
Wait, no donation message. 50 buckaroo tip from Hatchet John, the legend, via Stream Elements. Best way to donate. We're already halfway there.
Thank God there was no donation message because Ralph would have talked all the fuck over that thing. He couldn't have timed that perfectly. It is unbelievable. Right. Ralph, you have to be the stupidest person on the face of this earth. You still cannot figure this out. I cannot believe this. I don't even know why you're going to ask us for stupid bets later on the show. Just trust yourself because whatever you think is a good bet, I'm sure it's really stupid.
Yeah, well, you know what is stupid too, Dave? I got old smoky moonshine I'm going to be drinking tonight. That's Hunch Punch and Jim Beam Orange. I'll drink one of those.
Hunch Punch? What is that?
It's Hunch Punch. It's old smoky moonshine. I don't know.
Oh, all right.
You're for a treat.
The heavy hitter. Heavy hitter.
So... Thanks.
By the way, if there are any, I just want to interrupt for a sec. If we have any female listeners out there and you're not subscribed to the YouTube, you've got to get on here now. Now, this is the episode to join. You got to see the sexy face that is on Budrich. If you haven't signed up if you haven't logged on to YouTube, watched us on YouTube Live, this is it. If you don't check us out on YouTube now, I don't know if you ever will because look at this. Look at it. Look at him.
He looks like if Kevin and SpongeBob had a baby.
Looks like Kevin if he got laid.
Kevin catching strays. I wonder how we'll have to get a love update next week, Dave. Kevin on his train trip romance. We'll have to get an update.
Find out if it's Murder on the Orient Express or if it's I don't know, the little engine that could.
So, by the way, congratulations. LSU wins 8th national championship. Great job.
Whatever.
LSU.
Next, anyway, let's talk about the Saints.
Let's talk about it. So, I want to talk about this because the Saints roster, Butterich, is kind of weird this year. and that they don't have like elite players anymore. So my question to you guys, and you can go first, what Saints player do you believe in the most for 2025? And you can define that however you want, but what player do you believe in the most for 2025?
I have to say for right now, Carl Granderson, because I at least know what I'm going to get from him. I know I'm going to get about 7.5 sacks. He's going to do all right in run defense. He's going to pressure the quarterback. I mean, I don't know if we have a 10 sack guy. I mean, maybe Brian Brzee can reach that, but I know what I am going to get from Carl Granderson. I know I at least have a guy that's going to get 7 sacks and generate a good amount of pressure.
Dave, what Saints player do you believe in the most?
Well, first of all, I gotta correct you here because you texted me. I asked you for the rundown, and you didn't give me the full usual rundown, but you did give me an abbreviated text message version, and you said trust.
The link.
You said trust. I know, but no,
trust, believe, same thing.
Oh yes, yes. Actually, yes, you did send me the link. You did send me.
That's right.
I'm looking at that now. I glossed over that. But the text message said, "Which one do you trust the most?"
I don't think anything I was saying was that intelligent.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, and believe it or not, I think there is a little bit of a maybe difference between trust and believing.
LSU wins their 8th national title. Suck it, Dave.
Tulane Hater with happy news. 20 buckaroos per chat.
If I had known that's what the message was going to be, I would have told Ralph to talk over it. I was just thinking. So anyway, in my mind, I'm thinking trust. I don't know. I got to go with I'm going somebody on the O line, Eric McCoy, like somebody that you're not even thinking of.
He's injured all the time.
He's not injured all the time. He got injured last year. They got that one big.
He got injured for the 4 years in a row now. Ever since 2021, he has missed games.
Has he? Nah.
Yes.
Well, then you never know. Yeah. Then I don't trust him. Then I'll pick. Carl Granderson isn't bad, but who the hell else is on? Oh, you know who I'll take Taliesin Fuaga.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, I know he's only in his second year, but he played all games last year. He's been fine. He's been exactly everything we've wanted him to be. Somebody like him was kind of who I was thinking of. I'm just an anchor on the offensive line that you don't even think about because they're so goddamn reliable and they're just so automatic. It's like a good drummer. Like I always make this analogy, like a good drummer in a band. The best ones, you're not even supposed to know they're there. They're just supposed to keep the beat, and you're not even supposed to know they're there. Everybody else does everything on top of them.
That's a great analogy, Dave. My pick is a little bit strange and a little bit weird, and I think it goes to the fact that this Saints roster is kind of terrible. The guy that I trust the most hasn't even played a snap yet for the Saints. I'm going Justin Reed, safety, and here's why. He's played for the Texans. He's been good for the Texans. He's been good for the Chiefs. And I think he's going to be really good for the Saints. He's just going to be solid, making tackles, making plays. You're not going to think he's spectacular, but by the middle of the year, you're going to be like, oh, that was a good signing. He's a good safety. Because he got the same contract he got with the Saints that he got with the Chiefs. And I just think he's going to be real dependable, and we're going to be happy that the Saints, like one of their big free agents, they're arguably the biggest free agent signing, not including like Chase Young and guys they kept. I think he's going to be real dependable, and that's going to be good for the Saints. But Butters, it's also bad because like the Saints roster is so devoid of players that you can like lock down and absolutely trust, that like it's not a good sign when I'm like the guy I trust the most is the safety that hasn't played a snap.
Yeah. I mean, you just have a team that and drafted well, and the only free agents they could sign are from the bargain bin. Not calling Justin Reed a bargain bin signing, but are you really? Did you really get excited when we signed Nathan Shepard 2 years ago?
That's right. I mean, I was surprised. I mean, I guess he really wanted to come home. I mean, because he got the exact same contract. So like, the Eagles or the Chargers. They have a lot of good teams that wanted him or were interested in him at least a little, and he picked the Saints, which is cool. But Dave, would you say this is the most
interception?
Drink up, Ralphie.
Wow.
Who that Kufu taking us over the edge already?
Let's go.
Budwitch effect. The Budwitch effect, man.
Let's go.
Wow.
Here we go. No
What am I
Andrew
gonna
tonight.
drink? Am I
Let
gonna
the
drink
donations
Old
pour in. Let the donations pour
it's
in.
a tradition like no other. Andrew is gone. It's me and Dave, and it just Dave. If me and you could do this podcast every single day, I think we could do it as a full-time job. We get so many donations.
That's right. That's right. Getting rid of Andrew would be like addition by subtraction.
Just kidding, Juice. We love you. So I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna do the Old Smoky. I'm gonna assume they don't want me doing Jim Beam Orange because that sounds delicious. I assume that it's gonna be Old Smoky. Ooh, you guys aren't as old as me, but Dave, do you remember Tang?
Whoa.
Hell yeah. My mother used to make that for us when we played roller hockey. She'd make a pitcher of Tang. Bring it out on the curb.
My dad used to drink Tang, a ton of it, and he used to have me when I worked.
It's what the astronauts drank on the moon.
That's right. My father used to have the old Gatorade glass Gatorade jars, and he used to have me make it. And I would make him like 6, 8, 10 at a time. And some of them he wouldn't get to, and they would like turn bad, and they would have this weird smell. Like it was like Tang gone bad. And that's what this Hunch Punch smells like. It smells like Tang.
Budrich, give us a score
bad.
update over there, because I'm interested in this finals game too here.
As soon as they show it.
Okay, because I saw the Pacers.
Everybody else blown out an Achilles.
No, at one point
the Pacers were up. The Pacers, they were in
the
it.
Pacers were up at one point, like 44-42. They decided to show the score. It's 48-47 Pacers.
All right, I'm gonna drink this.
Wow, they're gonna win this one for Halliburton.
I like the Pacers.
Yep.
Here we go.
Here we go.
There you go. Drink it up. Drink it up.
Let's fuck him up.
Looks like you were coughing up a hairball there, buddy.
No,
You all right?
dude, that's an 8.5. Thomas, mark this one down. That is an all-time horrible kick on a drink. Like it's up there with Malort with the finishing kick.
8.5 it is.
Awful, man. I can't even really describe it. It was a little bit chalky.
Hey, Sally, I need
sometimes-
assistance.
I worry sometimes, but the patrons are sending me stuff, and I know some of them go to liquor stores and buy stuff, and they buy interesting things and send it to me. But I feel like a lot of them find really old stuff, attics, drawers, and I don't know how old they are. Like when Dave, what did you send me? You sent me the Chivas Regal from like 1983. Unmute yourself, Dave.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, when my grandmother died, I sent you some old stuff. Yeah,
Grandma
Kahlua. I think I sent you an old thing of Kahlua.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was Kahlua. I feel like the patrons do that sometimes. I feel like this one didn't necessarily have a date on it anywhere, but it really it reeked of old peopleness.
What was the oldest drink that you drank?
I'd have to think. We did.
That Kahlua was pretty old.
Who sent it?
That Kahlua was
pretty old.
The Kahlua was old. I drank.
No, I think when we started this, I think the stuff you drank initially was old. That's how we started this whole thing.
Yeah,
we need to break the record this year for the oldest drink.
If a patron could get me something from the Nixon presidency, that would be amazing. And not like good stuff like wine. No. I want like a Pan Am Jack Daniels, like when you used to fly first class, and my dad used
something
bottles.
cream based.
Yeah, something cream based from like 1974, so I could get like the Black Plague. That would be amazing.
Your boy Alan in the chat.
Your boy Alan asked me.
Yeah. Will Rolf only drink from mini bottles in Vegas?
Are you kidding? I have to instruct Max. don't go near the refrigerator in Vegas because you touch it, you look at it wrong, you're paying $18 for like a shot of Jack Daniel's apple or some nonsense.
Get Max back on here. I got to tell him something.
It's probably $10 just to look at the fridge for 10 seconds.
Here's the thing: when you go to Vegas, the best place to get free drinks is the craps table. But craps intimidates me because as Dave has mentioned before, I'm not the brightest man, and I drink a lot, and it's confusing, and they have all these combinations of things. Craps confuses me.
Why is the craps table the best place to get drinks?
Because they just if you go to the craps table and you're at the craps table for 30 minutes, you're getting minimum 2 drinks. If you're playing slots or you're doing blackjack, you'll play for an hour. You'll be lucky to get 1.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because craps is one of the games where you can lose the most amount of money very quickly. So I think they ply you with alcohol so you make bad decisions. Like if you make bad decisions at the blackjack table, you can lose a lot of money, but it can happen like more gradually in a slot machine too. Craps, you get drunk and you make some bad decisions, you can be out of money like that. It can be like
I think doing the video poker on the bar, like at the bar, I think that's the best because then you could just get a drink. You could just tell the bartender to bring you a drink.
That's different though. That doesn't really count.
That's not a table game.
Although I do like doing the video blackjack with the hot hologram blackjack dealers.
Oh, deception! Whoa! Hatchet John, 80 Buckaroo, silent donation! Legendary! Legendary! Look at Ralph!
Friday.
Dave, make a note for us to rub it in Juge's face when he gets back next week.
Yeah, no, this is right on cue. This is on brand.
18 minutes in, and we're already 2 shots in. I think this shot, Jack Daniel's. See though, even this though doesn't smell necessarily good, but it's Jack Daniel's orange. I think this one should be pretty good. It's bright and juicy, Jim Beam. What was your drink in college, Dave? My drink in college was Jim Beam. Jim Beam and Coke was my go.
Yeah, it depends. Like my freshman year, it was Busch Light, and it was OJ and Taka.
Oh,
what do you call screwdrivers?
Yeah.
And then I quickly I don't think I've had many screwdrivers ever since then. And then it was mostly just beer throughout college. Now, obviously, I'm a tiki aficionado. I love Tito's vodka. I'll drink anything with Tito's. A Tito's martini, extra dirty. I like a Tito's gimlet. But I'm
Butteridge. What was your drink?
I'm equal opportunity in the alcohol department. I just don't like whiskey. I'm not a whiskey guy.
Butteridge, what was your drink of choice in college?
I mostly just had beer. I was mostly just fed Miller Lights, and occasionally I would just get daiquiris. And for my former dorm mate, when he turned 19, he had a few of his friends come over, and they just made a shit ton of Jello shots.
Dave, I transitioned in college, and I don't know if this was a step up or a step down.
Transition.
I transitioned to.
You transitioned in college. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Transitioned from Jim Beam and Coke.
Tell us about how the transition went while you were in college.
I transitioned to Boone's Farm. I don't know if that was a step up or a step down.
You transitioned to Boone's Farm because I'm pretty sure most people transition from Boone's Farm when that's the only thing they're allowed to buy at 15 years old.
No, I transitioned to Boone's Farm, a Snow Creek Berry.
That is. You know what? This actually all tracks. This all makes sense now.
It does.
I swear, you're on like the opposite. If everybody else is going one way, you're going the other way. All the lemmings are jumping off the cliff, and you're running away from the cliff, saying, "No, don't go over there. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Don't do that." You are going from whiskey to Boone's Farm. I'm not sure how that happens. I'm not sure how you make that transition. That's a wild one, man.
life-
And yeah, now you love a good strawberry whiskey. Now you're addicted to a good strawberry whiskey.
That's right. My biography, my
Full circle,
autobiography will
right there.
be.
There you go. That's missing you might as well. You mix the Boone's. You are now mixing Boone's Farm and Jack Daniels together, and now you're just drinking strawberry whiskey.
Yeah. So my autobiography will be one bad decision at a time. So here we go. Jim Beam Orange. Let's see.
All right, puke meter is on.
Well, Ralph, I think
Kinda.
those of us that know you and love you, we're all just happy you're still alive and you didn't kill yourself after freshman year when you didn't get a bid to a fraternity.
That's right. Man, Dave. It's amazing that you actually listen to the podcast when I tell story time with
Dude,
Uncle
that
Ralph.
drink was
Are you
sweet.
kidding me?
Jesus.
That's one of my all-time favorite stories. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that the Ole Miss had to send the suicide prevention team of 3
one of my
to make sure the
favorite
cripple didn't kill himself. Yeah,
Give me a quick
like
rating,
they were all
Ralph.
3. They're all dressed. They're all they're dressed like Mormons. It was great. It was great fun. It was terrible.
Ralph, like,
If my dorm, if I would have been
Jesus.
on the 4th floor instead of the 2nd floor, maybe I would have killed myself. Who
Give
knows?
us a
But
quick
the
rating.
Ole Miss suicide
Jesus.
prevention team. Thank you.
Anyway, I'd say that drink was a 2.
Come on,
This
man.
is easy. This is like a 5, Thomas. This was
man.
nothing.
All right,
He
courtesy of
just drank
Captain
that and just
John.
kept talking.
Yeah, it was easy.
Yeah, not even in the
I mean,
puke
Jim Beam,
meter.
it's a quality. Jim Beam's a quality product.
Cool.
So here's the thing. The next topic I
Is
want to talk
Malot in
about.
play before next topic?
I mean, if we get there, I'll do it.
Hell yeah. Come on.
We get there, I'll do Malort.
And by the way,
Oppenheimer.
speaking of bets, your
Surely
boy...
we got some LSU fans out there that want to celebrate that big LSU win and spend some dollars. Come on.
And speaking of betting, wait, Ralph. Speaking of betting, your boy in the chat, who's putting money on the Pacers to win this game at the half? Oh, Ralph is. All right.
Thing is,
Are they down? I will. I'm going to log in right now.
Thing is, I live in Texas.
They're
that
still
is
up by 1 point, still halftime.
That is a backwater. Texas, as far as gambling goes, it's almost like living under the Taliban. We can't gamble on our phones. I gotta call my guy and like make a bet, and like if I win, I gotta go to I gotta meet him at a gas station and like collect my winnings. Like Texas is just It's disgraceful that I can't gamble away Max's college fund on my phone.
Yeah, it is. It's a terrible
I
disgrace.
nearly hit on a Saints bet when they played against the Cowboys. It was like a 7 or 8 leg parlay, and only one thing didn't hit. One thing.
Wow.
You can guess what it was.
All right.
Can I guess what it was? It was probably like passing yards or something.
Chris Olave touchdown.
Oh, and he fell down at the 1. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everything else hit.
All right, look. How much?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, gamblers, we remember the losses more than the wins.
Yeah, that's normal.
I remember I remember a couple of my wins. My first win was I bet on Billy Napier's Florida beating Utah. I'm like, how is Utah favored in this? They're going to get the next team. They're going to lose. I put $7, won $21. I'm like, I mean, what can I say? I told y'all. Damn it, I think I lost. I was trying to find it, but yeah, I bet on like Kamara to get 2 touchdowns, Rashid Shaheed to get like a touchdown, Carr to throw 2 touchdowns. He did, and like a couple other things. And all I needed was Olave to get a touchdown, and he didn't. I even bet Olave yards, like he was going to get at least 60. He did that game, and I'm like, all you had to do was score. If you just extended that ball.
How much time do we have to go before they start the second half?
I'll say another 5 minutes.
Pacers are plus 190 money line. Let's do a podcast, a live podcast bet. If you want to, I'll bet for us right now. If you donate, whatever you donate right now in the next 3 minutes on this podcast, I will add to the bet, and then we'll all bet it together, and then I'll pay you all out. Whoever pays in, I'll pay you guys out through Venmo.
Quick story time with Uncle Ralph.
It's 8:25. I'm giving you till 8:27 to donate whatever you want. This money goes straight into this betting pool. Let's go right now. It's 8:26 now. Hurry up.
My first big ever gambling win was in 1994. I bet the Saints -3.5 against the Los Angeles Rams at home. The Saints won 31-15. I hit the Saints and I hit the over, and I won $425 from a bookie in Oxford, and I was pumped. The funny thing though, Dave, in order to watch the Saints, I had to drive every weekend from Oxford to Grenada, Mississippi.
Let's go Pacers.
Wait, what's the donation from? Moonbeams and Suds, 20 buckaroo tip.
Thank you. So yeah, I had to drive to my grandma's house. My grandma was she was really discombobulated because I was so excited about the Saints win. You know how much $425 was in like 1994? That was like $5,000, kids, if you adjust for inflation. Speaking of gambling, Dave, what is your long shot bet for the 2025 Saints?
All right, hold on. Wait, I'm putting $20 in, and I'm putting $20 in from that guy Suds or whatever. We're betting $40 on the Pacers money line. We're gonna win 118. So I'll pay him out $64 if we win this on Venmo. I'm serious. That's what we're doing.
Here we go.
There we go. Me and what was his name or her name?
Oh, that was your boy Alan. Apparently, he's in the chat.
Oh, that was Alan. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
me and your boy Alan. We're riding
Alan?
on the Pacers. We're riding on the. Pacers.
By the way, Jerry said in the chat, Matt, tell your dad hello for me. From Jerry.
Definitely will.
All right, so this is the Saints player that I would bet on to have a breakout season. Is that correct?
That's right.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. One of the where is it? I had some stuff written down. Actually, you might be surprised. Oh no, it's not pulling up now. Jalen Ford, maybe, possibly.
Wow, that is off the reservation.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You've got aging, you've got the Mario Davis, kind of aging, and
kind of
Pete Werner. I mean, obviously he's steady, but he gets injured, and then behind that, I'm not sure. So, I don't know. Played at Texas. I don't know. That was just one of the random ones that just kind of popped out to me. And I thought I had a second guy. But I'll let Budrich go, or you go.
Budrich, give us.
Yeah, I do have one.
90% of fans know, please. Jalen Ford.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one offense, one defense. First on offense, I would probably have to think the hopium and say Juwan Johnson.
Oh
Jesus
my God!
Christ.
Oppenheimer just had a seizure.
He's going to get back closest 2022 form.
I'm not a big fish guy.
He actually started playing better once Carr was out.
Yeah.
When Rattler was throwing in the ball instead of, Derek Carr trying to kill everybody with his hospital balls. And whether it is Shuck, whether it is Rattler, I think he's going to be pretty featured in the offense, and I think he'll be averaging. I think he will get over that 50 catch radius and probably get 600 yards, maybe 6 touchdowns. I know it's not fancy, but if you told me you're going to get a guy that you just re-signed to actually produce better than he has done throughout his career, I'll take it.
I mean, Dave, this is a great question. I want to ask you this question about Juwan, because Butteridge, that's an interesting choice, Juwan Johnson. And Juwan Johnson, Dave, I would say of all the things the Saints did this offseason, was one of the most controversial ones where fans didn't like it. They're like, why are you paying Juwan Johnson $10 million? What is Juwan Johnson? How good does he have to be for fans to at least, I'm not going to say celebrate him and be like, oh, we're glad he's great. What does he have to do to like keep fans off his back where fans are like, oh, whatever. He's worth the money. Like, how good does he have to be?
I mean, you want like numbers? I would say like
you don't have to give me numbers, just like vibes or throw out. You can make up a couple of numbers, but
if I was going to give you numbers, I would say like 750 yards, 6 touchdowns, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
I think
he's got the dropsies.
I think
that's
more
the
of
thing. It's like, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like going off. If you want me to go off vibes, it's just like being a reliable guy. Like Budrich said, consistency. Like he needs to be a guy who's going to get like 40 or 50 yards a game. Who's going to come up. Exactly. Who you're going to go to like in the important, or maybe at an important time in the game. That he's going to catch the ball. You're going to trust. That's Juwan Johnson's role, and anything outside of that or anything that he doesn't do in that role is, I think that's what's disappointing.
Yeah, like I'm not expecting him to replicate his performance against the Bucs when he's playing in Tampa, where he just has 8 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown or 2. But if he can average 3 for 45 throughout the 17-game season, I'm pretty sure fans would go,
right,
"Hey,
that's good. I like that.
He's not elite. He's not a top. He might not be top 10, but I at least know he's going to get. I at least know what he's going to do. At least have a feeling what he's going to get. Instead of having a game where you'll have zilch catches for yards, and then the next week he has 5 for 70."
Yeah, I think that's a good point. My choice was for Breakout. Breakout again, Dave. Breakout might have been the wrong term because Breakout, I think, suggests that this person, when you say breakout, that means people think, oh, that person's never been good before and they have a breakout. So season like they've never had before. But I'm going to go an old guy. I think the Saints offense, Butterich, is going to be very fun, but wildly inconsistent. I think it's going to be a lot of Tyler Shuck hitting bombs but like down to down, it's going to be like very inconsistent. I think Brandon Cooks is going to be healthy. And for the first time in 3 years, he's going to have more than 700 yards. He hadn't had 700 yards receiving since 2021. I think he's going to have 750 receiving yards and like 4 touchdowns and have like a really fun 3rd, 4th receiver season where like every time he's catching the ball, it's like a bomb. So like he'll have a game where it's like 3 for 120 and a score. He'll be gone a month and then he'll come on back and it'll be like 2 for 90. And it's not going to be consistent, but it's going to be fun. And we're going to feel like that 2-year, $13 million contract is worth it. He's my.
Well, yeah, Well, see again. I think
I almost nearly made
that's not a breakout. I don't think that's a breakout thing. That's more of a comeback player, if you're asking me.
About a bounce back.
It sounds like a comeback. Yeah, comeback performance. I don't think that's a breakout performance. I think a breakout performance means it's somebody that's not necessarily known household name who has a good season. And I think Brandon Cooks already made himself a household name, and his
name is Derek.
Coming down from that.
My breakout season on defense, I think Vernon Broughton is going to be a really good 2-down defensive tackle and really help the Saints. The Saints are going to be a lot better against the run, and Vernon Broughton's going to be a part of it.
And I didn't give my defensive one. My defensive one is going to be Danny Stutzman.
I like that one.
Here's why. Because it's going to be.
Stutzman was also on my list. Oh, Budrich.
Yeah. And if you want to check the timestamp on this, I'm going to say Danny Stutzman will log more defensive snaps, not total, defensive snaps, than Pete Werder.
Hey, Tomas, check the timestamp on this.
Damn, Budrich is on the list.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
I like that.
I think if Pete Werner gets hurt, hey, you better start looking behind your shoulder because Danny Stutzman's going to come and he is going to take your job.
I love like Butteridge to me. Look, if the Saints shock us and are good and competitive in the playoff team, that would be amazing. But short of that, like that's what I want. I want in this podcast in November and December, Dave and Andrew and Kevin all arguing about all these rookie players, and they're playing a ton, and we're arguing if they're good or not. Like not in a sense of because if a rookie player is not playing, you never know, right? But if these rookies are playing and even the defense is bad, then we're arguing like, do they need a linebacker? Well, Stutzman, he's played, he started since November, but the defense is still bad. Do we need a linebacker? Do we need this? Do we need that? So I want all these kids to play. Your boy Alan asked, the real question is if Kevin is currently wearing a maroon shirt right now. Dave, check that picture he sent us of him and his lovely lady friend on the train.
Good question. I didn't look. Yeah, right. You're right.
And is he wearing a maroon? Was he wearing a maroon shirt on the train? The train of love.
Let me look. No, he wasn't. He's wearing a dark gray NASA T-shirt. So no.
I was about to. I thought you were about to say he was wearing like burgundy or something.
Well, no.
Thomas, and give us a quick donate.
And his lady friend, hold on. His lady friend is wearing a Kelly Green shirt.
We can't show his lady friend, Dave, but I just want to say this in support of Kevin. In support of Kevin. This lady friend of his, he's playing above himself. What do they say?
I mean, he posted her photos in the Kevin Love Update channel in Discord. Yeah, there's a couple of photos with him and her.
He's playing above. He's playing above his station in life. I'm just gonna say, good job, Kevin.
As always.
All right, Thomas, give us a quick love update. I mean, not a quick love, quick love update. Do you have a Thomas Polish love update? Do you have a Thomas Polish love update for him?
No. All right.
Give us a quick donations update.
Donations update. We are $83 away from Ralph drinking Malort. Hatchet John, the legend, is still in the lead with $130.
Wow. Thank you, Hatchet.
Who would go for $100 behind him with 30?
I want to say two of my favorite things with the patrons have happened this month, Dave. The first one is the patrons trying to hunt Thomas down like they're the Netflix show Manhunter, and they're just like trying to hunt his identity down. And they're working hard at it. They haven't succeeded yet. That makes me so happy that we got like 4 patrons trying to hunt down Thomas's identity. But the second thing, Dave, was when I told people Friday, I was like, hey, I'm going on vacation. We have to have a special day and time for the podcast this week. I had like 4 patrons that were like, don't worry, I'll be there. We got to make sure Only Hands gets to the finish line. And they showed like the heavy hitters tonight, Thomas. They all showed up. And I just want to...
Yeah, only 6 weeks now.
Shout out to them.
Most of it is Hatchet John.
Hatchet John's amazing. All right, so the last thing is, I don't know if y'all love the National Lampoon's Vacation movies as much as I do, but my wife loves basically all of them. And so, in honor of Vegas Vacation, I'm going to Vegas. What stupid bets, Dave and Butteridge, should I make like I'm Clark Griswold on vacation in Vegas?
At least a Tyler Shuck bet. You got to make at least one.
Rookie of the year, what should I do?
So, I only found 4 different bets to make on Tyler Shuck. The first one, of course, was him taking the first snap at quarterback, like on week 1. But that's like negative 330. Negative 330. Like they know he's going to start.
No, that's
then there's just offensive rookie of the year. That's plus 1,000.
That's I like that.
Then there's a team special one. Tyler Shuck to break the NFL regular season rookie passing yards record, which he had to throw for 4,375 yards.
Ooh,
that's plus 3,000. And last one, which is the most ridiculous one.
We're all
Most regular
salivating.
season passing yards. Plus 20,000. You have to make at least one out of Shuck.
If I parlay all three of them, I could retire. They hit.
Yeah. I mean, I
Jesus.
tried to see if it was possible to parlay. I didn't make a bet on that, but
I think
sadly, you cannot. You can't
know.
parlay all in the same player.
I think Rookie of the Year is reasonable.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not insane. The lead in the league in passing yards, rookie passing yard. That Dave, that's a little crazy. But Rookie of the Year, $20, $30,
Yeah.
So Dave, did you have any crazy bets I should make? And they don't have to be sports bets. They can be ridiculous other things. You can
who are the Heisman candidates? I don't know. I was thinking, how about I don't want to insult my favorite team, but like, what if you took Tulane to win the national championship?
What's the Tulane over under on wins? I'm looking up that.
Look that up. My guess is it's probably set at eight or like eight and a half. Yeah, 8. Okay.
It's probably 8.5. Ooh, that's
yeah. I would take the over on that.
You would take over. Ooh.
Yeah, I think we'll be at 9, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, to win a championship,
but not more than 9.
Plus 50,000 if you want to bet on him to be the champion.
There you go. That's the bet. Tulane national champions plus 50,000. Ralph, you know what? Honestly, I'm being dead serious. I'm gonna Venmo you $20. Please put $20 on Tulane to win a national championship for me, please.
You can't bet that on your phone in Louisiana.
I don't. No, you don't. You don't get. I don't. Unless I don't know how to pull them up.
Venmo it now, so it counts towards the Malort, Dave.
Use DraftKings, Dave.
Yeah, I don't. Is there a way to see futures in DraftKings?
Yeah, so go down on the bottom. You just hit all sports, and you just type in Tulane.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And it'll give you everything that you can bet on Tulane. You can bet on their first game. You can bet on if they win 10 regular season games.
Regular wins, milestones.
Yeah.
See, I think.
Okay. Oh, never mind.
I like that, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do it myself. Here we go.
Tulane to win it. That would be funny, though. The Tulane, Dave makes him bet to win the national championship. Then he has to try to figure out how to hedge once the playoffs start.
$20 pays out 10,000. $20.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is good. I'm gonna tweet this too. This will be good for business.
To be good. Yeah. Listen, I will say this. Me and Dave were talking about this on a mailbag, the last mailbag we did, which we'll post early for patrons, and everybody will get it. You should become a patron, and that way you get access to the patrons only mailbag every week. Me and Dave were talking about the fan experience at the Saints game and how it's not that great, and if they don't win, it's not that great. I have to say, I've been to the premium seats for the Saints, and I've been at the Glazer Club. The Tulane premium fan experience blows the Saints out of the goddamn water. It's not even Dave. I know you've done both too.
I agree.
I just think
you cannot get glazed at the Saints game, man. You only can't get glazed at
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You can't get glazed at a Saints game. You can only get glazed at a Tulane game.
So, but yeah, the bets. Here's the thing. What do you guys play any card games that are weird? Do you play like the Texas Hold'em, not the regular Texas Hold'em, but like the weird Texas Hold'em that's like next to blackjack or the pie gal? Do y'all play any of those weird card games?
I did. What was it? Three? Oh no, Caribbean Stud. I did get into Caribbean Stud poker for a little bit on a cruise I took years ago with my family when we first started cruising. So that's not bad. It's kind of like a really slow burn. Like you can Like a lot of times you can make a bet where it's like you break even or whatever, so like you really lose your money very slowly. So that's the weirdest thing I've probably done. But normally if I'm going to do a table game, it's just blackjack. Yeah. But normally my favorite table game would be blackjack.
My favorite table game is blackjack. The one slot machine that I did really love, I don't see them as much anymore.
Oh, slot machines, come on, bro.
Is they used to have a Price is Right slot machine, and if you hit the right thing, you could play the cliffhanger game. And I used to love to play the cliffhanger game. But I'm with you, David. My wife likes the
like the yodeling thing, like the yodel.
Yeah, that's right. I love it. I'm a big blackjack or craps guy. Blackjack is my game. I will be playing.
You just said you don't even like to play craps because you don't even know what you're doing. You just like to stand around the craps table for the.
No, I just play the pass.
You like to blow on the dice. You try to find some.
I play the pass line. And I've told this story before. My greatest.
That's supposed to be the best bet in the casino. No,
it is. Yeah. But my best winnings of any Las Vegas trip I've ever done was when the pregnant lady with the cigarette in her mouth, she was hot with the dice, and I was at the craps table.
We know that story.
In the morning, and I won like $1,000 at the craps table. Dave, she was hot with the dice. She was smoking the Virginia Slims, and she was rolling. I don't know, that poor child probably has like an alien head, but his mom was hot with the dice.
It was worth it, right? The alien head.
I mean, it's not my kid. I mean, I was happy. My wife, I was ecstatic. So Thomas, did Butteridge send you trivia, or because he was so focused on being a co-host, he didn't do it tonight?
I didn't send him trivia, but I got trivia pulled up.
Yeah.
Okay, do it.
Give us the live trivia.
Yeah, but he already knows the answer. He can't do the trivia.
No, he can read it to us and we can guess.
All right. So here's your trivia question. Might be a bit of an easy one. Who did the Saints play in their final game at Tulane Stadium?
Ooh, that's man.
Oh, I think I knew this.
You know what's interesting? This is not
bonus points if you know the score and the year.
I don't. They started the Dome in 76, so it would be 75. You know what's a really weird, interesting fact I didn't know? Vince Lombardi's last win as an NFL coach was against the Saints. He was the then Washington Redskins coach
in Tulane Stadium.
No, in Washington,
oh.
And they beat the Saints and had like their first winning season in like a decade. But I'm gonna guess the Rams. That's gonna be
I'm gonna guess the Niners.
Who is it, Butteridge?
Okay. All right. So the answer is the Cardinals.
What? Oh, wow. And it wouldn't be the Arizona Cardinals. It would have been
the St. Louis Cardinals. Right. Yep. On December 8th, 1974, the Saints shut out the St. Louis Cardinals 14-0 in the final game played at Tulane Stadium. You'll probably never guess who this player is. Alvin Maxson set then club records with a 66-yard rushing touchdown, had 148 yards rushing in that game. Yeah.
The only thing interesting about that to me is, I don't think he was the coach. He might have been the coach around that time, but Don Coryell was the coach eventually for the St. Louis Cardinals, and he got them winning, and they won a ton. And then he went to San Diego, and he was the coach of the Chargers. But the Saints desperately wanted him to be, John Meekum desperately wanted him to be the coach of the Saints. Because he was like, his offense is cool. I have Archie Manning. We have a bunch of fun skill position players. But Dave, do you know why Don Coryell didn't become the Saints coach?
Because he was smart.
His wife didn't want to live in the South.
There you go. It's always the wives.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if Don Coryell had coached Archie Manning, Saints history might have been a lot different. But that's a pretty fun, that was a fun one, Butters. Thank you for that.
Now wait, the question was that their last? Did you say that was the last game or the last loss?
Last game played at Tulane Stadium. It says, "Well, the outcome of the final game that the Saints played in Tulane Stadium."
Yeah. Tulane Stadium was people have warm and fuzzy memories of it. Like my dad, God rest his soul.
Hell yeah.
He had warm and fuzzy memories of it. Like people that were there, like they loved it. They said it would shake and it was all steel and you could like bang your feet and vibrate. And
that's what she said.
All right, Thomas. Take it to the top because we got to do a mailbag.
All right. The mailbag. Extended mailbag.
Extended mailbag. By the way, thanks to everybody who sent a ton of questions in. Me and Dave did a mailbag for last week. We did an extra mailbag for this week that you guys will get, and we have extra questions for this show. Thank you. Appreciate it. We love the questions, especially when they're in the summer and you guys just get wild and crazy with the questions. Thomas, what's the first up?
Yeah, first question from your boy Alan. A question about the mailbag itself for Dave. Pay attention, Dave. Dave always mentions he wants the questions beforehand. Does he know that there is a podcast questions channel in the Discord for the show he hosts?
I did know that.
Thank
I didn't
you,
know
boy,
that that's where we were always pulling them from.
I guess only Kevin goes there, man. And me, of course.
I have to admit, I'm on the Discord, and I'll check in on very rare occasion. But I have to admit, like, I had to turn off the notifications for the Discord because, like, it's just constant notifications all day, every day, and it was like filling up the front page of my phone. So I get no notifications from the Discord, unfortunately. So I don't even get notified when I'm at mentioned. So I've been more out of tune. Come on, man. I've been more out of tune with the Discord than I was, a year ago when a couple of years ago when we first started doing it. I love the Discord, and if you've messaged me, private messaged me, DM'd me on there, and I haven't responded, it's because I haven't gotten the notification.
If you sent a dick pic to Dave.
If you've done that, please know I've seen it. I've
rated it.
Printed it out. I've printed it out and kept it, folded it, and put it in my closet for later use. Sorry, the notifications were too much, so now I can't be notified on Discord.
One of my favorite jokes on Twitter is people will say, "I'm sending you a dick pic," and it'll be a picture of Dick Cheney. One of my favorite Twitter jokes. What's next, Thomas?
All right, next question from Saints Rabbit. He asks, what would be a very regrettable Saints tattoo today that someone could have gotten in the past?
I've got Jarris bird fever, and the only cure is more bird.
I mean, you could have got a Jarris bird tattoo. I mean, listen.
Something like Ole on car related,
Something Darren Sharper related would not have aged well.
I don't think this would have been regrettable, but some people would think it would be very regrettable. Like if after the 2000 Saints, when they won their first playoff game, if you got like an Aaron Brooks tattoo, some people would view that as regrettable.
Anything 2018 related?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
maybe a
Bum
Phillips tattoo. That wouldn't be regrettable. That would have been amazing.
Well, let me interrupt here because I'm actually taking your boy Alan's advice, and I'm on the Discord now, and I'm in the podcast questions Discord, and I'm reading right now. It seems like Thomas was going to screw this up and not do this, but Sean Orleans would like to make sure that we read his answer to this question on the show tonight.
I wanted to wait.
No, you weren't. No, you were lacking in your duties, Thomas.
I'm reading this right now. Come on, chill out, man.
lacking in your duties, Thomas. Took you too long to get there. Some poor dope from 2006 who got sucked into the WWE TV ad campaign and got the quote-unquote black and gold to the Super Bowl tattooed on their back. WWL TV ran this ad campaign before the NFC Championship, which really could have ended poorly.
It really could have. Wow.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's kind of the opposite. That's kind of like the most badass tattoo, if you ask me. I think that's the wrong answer because the dude got the tattoo before he willed it into existence. He got the tattoo before they won the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Tyler Shuck for life.
So actually, Sean Orleans, terrible answer. Terrible answer. Go back to the drawing board. Give us something good.
Get back on the train.
Get back on the train. Get back on the train.
I don't think anything I was saying was
correct answer is a DA tattoo. If there is somebody listening to this podcast and you have a Dennis Allen tattoo, you need to get help.
Not related to him.
But before you get help, you need to come on this podcast. We need to talk about it.
Yeah. What's it going to say? Keep chopping wood?
A Jonathan Sullivan tattoo would have been a bad idea.
Coach better. Do your job. That's what it's about.
What if you got the whole, what year was it, 1999? The whole 1999 draft order listed on your calf?
Here's a bad idea tattoo. Mike Ditka, Ricky Williams wedding tattoo, the cover of ESPN, the magazine. That tattoo, that would have been a horrible idea.
I don't know how anyone could say still to have that tattooed on their body.
I mean, you gotta do a GoFundMe for the laser to get rid of that.
Oh yeah.
What would be worse, Dave? A Mike Ditka, Ricky Williams marriage tattoo on your back, or just have your whole face tattooed like a skeleton, like some people do? What would be worse?
I mean, definitely the latter. And I only say that because, I mean, I was at the Saints Hall of Fame golf tournament, and they had a guy auctioning off, they had a print of that photo, the SI cover, signed by Ricky and Ditka, and he's selling it. So you're telling me it can't be that bad to have a tattoo of something that somebody wants to sell a copy of, and has some sort of actual meaning to it. There's a skull on your face. My God, you're not employable.
Yeah, you're right. What? Oh, he's saying you ate the chicken Alfredo. Well, give yourself a scoop of ice cream. Congratulations.
I ate 2 scoops.
Wow.
Oh.
He's Max. Breaking news, Thomas. He's expanding his palate beyond chicken nuggets, hamburgers, and pizza. He's moved on to chicken Alfredo.
Nuggets, hamburgers? Damn, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Need to try that.
So what's next, Thomas?
All right. Next question from Don Checo. And he asks, do the Saints need to draft Vandy tight end Eli Stowers so Mora can reprise his famous Star of the Days rant?
What do you mean draft? Are we talking about draft, next year's draft? Can I please can we start training camp for this year and get through the season before we start talking about who we're going to draft next year?
We got to at least get to October. My God, people. But yes,
Stowers. Shit, he can't even. Yeah, shit, he was the fucking star of the day. Stowers.
It'd be amazing. The sound bites, the soundboard, it always comes back around. Our sound bites are timeless.
I will say, the Pelicans, there's 2 name players that I want them to draft coming up. Since they now have 2 first-round picks. The first one is the point guard from Oklahoma. His name is Jeremiah Fears. And the other guy, he's a 4 from Michigan. I think it's like Eli Wolf. It's something Wolf. I think Daniel Wolf or something. So you just have Fears Wolf as your draft pick.
I like that.
I just think it's a little cute and fun. Speaking of bets, I've hit 6 of my 10 pick parlay, and I'm about to hit 7.
Wow.
I bet
Thomas,
somewhat smart.
All right, final question of the show belongs to Saints Rabbit, and he asks, Besides no news, what would be a good news you would like to hear about the Saints right now?
I'll take this one. If assign Asante Samuel Jr. Like that would be really good news. They need the Saints. The Saints desperately need a corner. One, because their cornerback room stinks, and two, we don't need Isaac Yiadom playing 30% and losing a 4th-round pick. And Asante Samuel Jr. would do that. But I don't think that's going to happen. Like, I think you got to get all the way through Saints Rabbit. I think you got to get all the way through June before that happens. We got one more Discord question. One more question, Dave. This is specifically from you. It's from the chat on YouTube. What's worse? From Popeye's Dry Biscuits. What's worse, Ralph's bad arm or Dave's inability to grow a beard?
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? What's wrong with this?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't. I shave this and trim this so that it's tight. I don't like let it grow like fluffy because that would be crazy. So
he's not going to grow like a Civil War beard. Popeye's Dry Biscuits.
Yeah,
come on.
Well, I don't know. I've never tried. I've never tried that. I've never tried that. That would take me a while. I would also be divorced. So that wouldn't work. But wait, what was the first thing? What's worse? That was the person's name was Popeye's Dry Biscuits. Oh, because I was going to say his name is because Popeye's Dry Biscuits are like the worst out of all three of those things. His name, Popeye's Dry Biscuits, is the worst thing I could possibly think of. I can't stand the dry biscuit from Popeye's because when they're like warm and not dry, they're like chef's kiss. They're fucking perfect.
Very inconsistent.
Popeye's biscuits.
Popeye's biscuits.
Yeah,
very inconsistent.
Biscuits and red beans and rice. I mean, they're the fucking goated.
But they're very like you don't like it can be a 10 and it could be a 0. Like you never know.
Yeah.
Popeyes. It's part of the fun. You never know what you're going to get. So Thomas, that was the final question.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
it's not looking good for our Pacers, your boy Allen.
Yeah, it's not. Thomas, recap.
You owe me $20, by the way. The show owes me $20.
Thomas, recap everybody who donated during the show.
So as you can see, we have only 6 weeks to go for Ralph opening his sexy OnlyHands account. We are on a 98 now week donation streak.
Willie Whitehead winning streak.
Thanks to everyone who donated. Thanks to all generosity for reaching 2 donation goals. Thanks to your boy Allen. To Oppenheimer, to Hudat Gopher, and to the MVP for the first time this offseason. So the streak continues. A different MVP winner each week with 130.
Okay. I'm going to need you to check the timestamp on that Freudian slip right there.
What?
A new MVP wiener, you said.
I did.
Check the timestamp on that one.
That's right.
Damn. I even didn't notice that. All right, so a new MVP winner, who is the legendary winner, Hatchet John. Congratulations.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
How have we had 6 different? This is getting crazy.
Incredible. We have a balanced. We have a balanced donators with deep pockets.
I don't know who Kyle 44 and L Burb are. That's the only people I don't know.
By the way, Hatch John, DM Thomas, you can control the whiteboard next week. We haven't people. And
remind what the one lucky MVP winner can win.
Yes, that's right. They get to sit with me with the Pores in a Saints regular season game this year. You go with me. It's fun. I had a blast last year, and the Falcons won. I go with you. The tickets I cover. I cover the tickets, your food, everything. All you got to do is get there. We'll meet in Champion Square. It'll be a great day. Hopefully the Saints will win. It'll be fun. Great.
Depending on who the MVP.
Oh,
or if I think I might like you, aka you're not Oppenheimer. Maybe I'll
Go
take
with
you.
Dave.
Maybe I'll take you, and I'll let you sit in my seats instead of Ralph's.
Wow.
Sit with the Porsche.
Wait, so is it
Wow.
your boy Alan's turn next week for the MVP? Oh.
Wow.
Oh, who's gonna step
Incredible.
up? Who's gonna step in?
Thank you, guys. So, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show and we made you laugh, consider supporting the show by going to patreon.com/saintshappyhour. Give us a shot. Every little bit helps make the show a little bit better. And don't forget to follow us on social medias, wherever you get your podcast. Thanks to Dave. Thanks to Butteridge hanging out with us, being an emergency guest host. We broke the glass. Butteridge joined us. Butteridge, you did an amazing job. Thanks. We appreciate it so much. And Tomas, the best producer on earth, running the show back in Poland, handing out wieners. Until next time, the bar is closed.